Chinese entrepreneurs, Indian entrepreneurs are sponsored by their government to come to Africa to dominate the industries.
Today, in many areas, industrial mines have replaced small-scale pits. Most of these large operations are now under Chinese ownership.
Their motive was to drop the price so that we cannot compete. We do not enjoy any support from our government except taxes and levies and fines. I dare anybody to show me one Nigerian company that is operating in the quarry business, whether here in the south, in the middle belt, or northern part of Nigeria. It doesn't exist anymore. Look at Innocent Motors. He's struggling to produce vehicles. You would think by now that government will encourage him by giving him support. My 6 children are in Nigeria. I don't have any need to go and hide money overseas. But the Chinese, whatever money they make, is to be repatriated to China. If you go to the outskirts or to the hinterland of every state, you see that the Chinese have bought all the land. You cannot sit down and say you are consuming goods. Either they are imported from China or imported from India, or they are made in Nigeria by Chinese and Indians. Where do we stand as a people?
Of the 14 major industrial cobalt mines in DR Congo, most are owned by large Chinese corporations.
Just go and look at the top 100 companies in Nigeria. They are Indians and Chinese. Only Dangote is standing out. And they live in the middle of the bush. Even Boko Haram cannot go near them. They don't go near where the Chinese are. They are an occupying force. They go to the north and dig for gold in the middle of nowhere. No bandits have ever gone near them. They are well armed and fortified. We are being colonized. We think we gained our independence in 1960. We have lost it already. We better wake up. We are running out of time. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Caesar Osahene Yayi. I am your advocate for the industrialization of Africa, for the development of Africa. And today, I want to continue to emphasize and re-echo the need for industrial development of Africa in order for us to survive as a people. And sometimes I focus on Nigeria, but whatever issues I'm discussing about Nigeria, I have not been to many other African countries, but I read about what is happening. They are similar. The economy of Africa is being taken over by the Chinese, by the Indians. They come here with the help of their respective governments. The Chinese are sponsored, that is, Chinese entrepreneurs, Indian entrepreneurs are sponsored by their government to come to Africa to dominate the industries. And they do that to the detriment of Africans. Why am I saying this? When you take any city in the south of Nigeria, for example, any state, I don't want to be too specific, so let me just talk about south. I'm sure that prevails in the northern part of Nigeria. It prevails in many other countries in Africa. What's going on? We see Chinese companies. For example, I'm into construction, and I had a very huge quarry. And then the Chinese came. Multiple Chinese companies came in. They brought in brand new equipment, brand new, because their government gave them funds. What was their mission? Their mission was to come and take over the production of granite and solid minerals in Africa. And they did that maximally in Nigeria. What did they do to us? They brought in brand new excavators, brand new dumpers, brand new drillers, brand new machinery, and they brought in their own workers. They live in the bush. What are the disadvantages of that? One, we do not enjoy any support from our government except taxes and levies and fines. But the Chinese, they had the cushion of their government, and when they came in, their motive was to drop the price so that we cannot compete. Because they had government support, they didn't mind that they were losing money, and they were able to drive Nigerians out of the quarry industry. I dare anybody to show me one Nigerian company that is operating in the quarry business, whether here in the south, in the middle belt, or northern part of Nigeria. It doesn't exist anymore. Chinese have taken over everything. Now that they have driven us out, they have increased the price of granite, the price of aggregate. You want to do a road, you need aggregates. You want to build a house, you need aggregates. There is nothing you will do in terms of construction without needing aggregate, whether it's stone dust, stone base, or granite aggregates. The Chinese are in total control. Now they have raised the prices, and they are awash in Naira, our local currency. But they don't need our money. So what do? They take the money and go to the black market and convert the money to dollars at any rate. That is one of the reasons that is driving the Naira down and increasing the value of the dollar against the Naira. What if those factories or those plants were owned by Nigerians? Someone like me, for example, everything I have is in Nigeria. And my 6 children are in Nigeria. I don't have any need to go and hide money overseas. But the Chinese, whatever money they make is to be repatriated to China. That is not a way to industrialize your country. I'm going to mention many other industries very soon. But the quantum of it is this. You cannot fill a basket with water, no matter how much water you put in it. Our economy is like a basket. Look at Innocent Motors. He is struggling to produce vehicles. You would think by now that government will encourage him by giving him support, so that instead of importing knockdown vehicles, parts into Nigeria for assembly, he would be able to have a foundry where, for example, they can start by preparing the chassis here in Nigeria. They can start by stamping the doors, the hoods, the trunks. You can even make the wheels here in Nigeria. There are so many things in a car that can be made with minimum technology. Who is to encourage us? Who is encouraging China? Who is encouraging the Indians? Their governments. Here today, unfortunately, we have Indians and Chinese with some Lebanese, because Lebanese know how to work together. You can have 50 Chinese or Lebanese or 200 Lebanese bring their money together, pull it together, and be able to work. Black people do not know how to work together. They have that advantage over us. The Chinese have that advantage over us. The Indians have that advantage over us. So right now, we live in a country where the economy, no matter what you think you are producing, if you go to the outskirts or to the hinterland of every state, you will see that the Chinese have bought all the land. All the arable land have been bought by the Chinese. They are not like the Europeans. The Europeans came here, they just wanted to be able to trade, make a profit, and repatriate their funds. The Chinese want to take over Africa. They are already doing that. They are buying the land from our youths, buying land from government. They are now the owner of the land. Whereas in South Africa, where white people took over land, black people are taking the land away from white people. Here, we are sitting here voluntarily giving the land out to the Chinese on the cheap, very cheap. By the time you want to tell them to leave, you'll be surprised that with their military presence, you can't do it. Because we are weak industrially. Look at Iran. Iran was able to send multiple missiles into Tel Aviv and other Israeli cities because they decided to start investing in missile technology. They were able to assemble. They even sent some to assist Russia. They are sending drones to assist Russia. What's the difference between Iran and Nigeria? They have oil and we have oil. They have people and we have more people. Whatever Iran can do, Nigeria can do better. We are more resilient. What is missing? We have no plan. That is what I say all the time. We need to have a plan. We need to action the plan. You cannot sit down and say you are consuming goods. Either they are imported from China or imported from India, or they are made in Nigeria by Chinese and Indians. Where do we stand as a people? If you are in government, can you not sit down and just ask yourself this question? It's a simple question. Can you not ask yourself, these things that are being imported into Nigeria, that are produced by Chinese, produced by Indians in Nigeria, can Nigerians not also participate in the production? Can we not help our entrepreneurs so that we can also participate in the production? We are being colonized. We think we gained our independence in 1960. We have lost it already, and we don't even know it. I'm raising the alarm so everybody will be aware. We have lost our independence to the Chinese. Like it or not. That is a statement of fact. Let me give you some examples. We're talking about producing glass, dominated by Chinese. We're talking about producing ceramic, dominated by Chinese. You're talking about producing chipboards, dominated by Chinese. You're talking about melting iron, scraps, dominated by Chinese. Indomie, dominated by Chinese and Indians. Just go and look at the first 100 companies, top 100 companies in Nigeria. They are Indians and Chinese. Only Dangote is standing out. Where are the Nigerians in Nigeria? What's at stake? All the profit made by these companies, they are going straight to India. They are going straight to China. And you'll be complaining that our money is being devalued. Why will it not be devalued? When they make all this naira, they have so much naira in their hands. What do they do with it? They don't need us. They send their money back to China, back to India. Just the way Nigerians that go to Europe, that go to America, Australia, and Canada, when they make money, they send it back to Nigeria. That is the way they will also do it. It's human nature. We better wake up. We are blowing it. If you are selfish, you think about yourself alone. If you are a politician and you are in government, you are doing a disservice to the black race. You are doing a disservice to Nigeria when you ignore the indices of what is happening. Look at the farmland, the oil plantation companies owned by foreigners. Vast land. 30 years ago, Nigerians were in possession of this land. Some of us that were locals, our parents, we had large plantations. Our own government came and muzzled us out of it for whatever interest, and foolishly gave everything to foreigners. Now we are at the mercy of foreign companies. Where are we going? When are we going to wake up? All these expensive jeeps that we are driving can be made here in Nigeria. If we decide to draw up a plan and activate it. Yesterday I was reading, I wanted to know the top companies, auto companies in the world. And I find that some were 5 billion, some 8 billion, 10 billion and all that. I started graduating. Then it now got to Ford Motor Company, about maybe 80-something billion. It got to General Motors, the same range. And I was in the US in the 1980s. General Motors was #1 company in the world in auto industry. But today, I was taking his Toyota. Toyota was just half the value of Tesla. Tesla is ranked #1 at $1.something trillion in valuation. And what do? They only produce electric vehicles. Look at what the Chinese did. Their companies now have already overtaken all American companies except Tesla. The electric company producing electric cars. They pretended that they were going to do internal combustion engine and diverted their attention to electric vehicles. And they are now giving Tesla a race. They are pursuing Tesla. It's very simple. If you look at the population of China, 1.6 or 1.4 billion people. It's not going to take long before the Chinese company will overtake Tesla because of the market size of China. Here in Africa, we have a population of 1.4 billion people. Population of India, 1.6 billion people. Population of China, 1.4 billion people. So what's the difference? If you look at the GDP of Africa, it's about 2.1 trillion. Population, a GDP of China is about 8 or 9, even 10 trillion. So same population, different results. What's the difference? China is manufacturing everything. Africa is not manufacturing anything. We better wake up. We better wake up. We are running out of time. Here in Nigeria right now, we have been colonized and we don't even know it. We don't even know it, but we have. You cannot have access into a Chinese company. The security that we have there, the number of soldiers that we have there, even government officials cannot go in there. They cannot. If they insist, they will send a call to Beijing, and the call will come back to Abuja, and the call will bounce back to any state. So leave them alone. Try to go there. You can go there as a businessman, yes. And then you'll be able to see what is going on. The personal security that they have trained, Nigerian security that they have trained, they train them so much that they are more fit than the Nigerian soldiers. When you see them, you'll be awed by what you see. When you see them training, jogging, you say, this is what a soldier is supposed to look like. Not pregnant people, pregnant men are soldiers. Real soldiers. And they are Nigerians, trained. They stay with them, they live in the middle of the bush. Even Boko Haram cannot go near them. I'm talking of, what do you call them? Insurgency and banditry. They don't go near where the Chinese are. They are an occupying force. They go to the north and dig for gold in the middle of nowhere. No bandits have ever gone near them. They can't go there. They are well armed and fortified. All the minerals, they are collecting everything. They put them in their factories there, load the containers, and the container off they go. If you stop the vehicle on the way, they get a call. Let them move. What are they moving away? Our commodities, our minerals, to China. They go and use it to produce all the things that we are consuming here. The unfortunate aspect of their dominance in Nigeria is that they do not want to produce anything that is of value. They will not produce anything like car here. They will not produce anything like telephone here. What they want to produce here are things that they will bring the compounds. For example, what do you need to produce ceramic tiles? The only thing they get from Nigeria here is the clay. All the other compound are imported. So when they want to take money out of Nigeria, they say we are importing this compound because we have a factory here. And they get priority. They give them foreign exchange at official rate. They buy others. Because we don't know what we are doing. And we don't even know that we don't know. That is the shame. When you know that you don't know, then you strive to know. But when you don't know that you don't know, you think you know. That is very bad. That is our position. We don't know that we do not know how to develop an economy. We do not know that we do not know how to industrialize a country. And we have been saying it. It's not a difficult task. It doesn't require genius to do it. It's a simple task. See what the Chinese did. In 40 years, from 1980 to 2020, they transformed their economy. When I was in America in 1980, China was an agricultural country. Just look at it from 1980 to 2020. Look at Obasanjo Vision 2020. Soludo, who was I don't know what minister he was, so him coming up with different acronyms, playing with words. What did we ever achieve with any of those things? Zero. Because they were just talking gibberish. They were making noise without any follow-up, no action. The only steel plant that we had that was functional was sold by Obasanjo through his son Benga to Indians. And what did they do with it? They assembled all the raw materials that we had here, all the scrap materials, and put them on a ship. I think maybe up to about 58 or 78 ships, and send them to India to make them and use them to produce goods that they will bring back to Nigeria. One of the biggest disadvantages that we face today now is that our people can only produce raw material. And who is to buy it? The Chinese and the Indians. Do you know what they do? They make a phone call, whether they are in Sokoto, Kano, Lagos, Benin or Port Harcourt, it doesn't matter. With a phone call, they agree this is the price we are buying. They put the phone down. Nigerians will come. They say, no, this is our new price. They call everywhere, it's our new price. We will resist for some time. After some time, we cannot resist. We go and sell it. What if we had the plant to manufacture what they are already manufacturing? We won't go on the begging side anymore. Do you know how Nigerians address Chinese in the factories in Nigeria here? Master. Not boss, master. Look at the Chinese that cannot even pronounce any syllable, even in his own language. He comes here, he becomes a boss. They go to their work, Nigerians will start working in the morning. By 11 o'clock, the Chinese are going on a break, come back by 3, by 5 o'clock, they are gone again. We are the workhorse for the Chinese, and they pretend to be very hardworking. What they have done is that their leaders were able to galvanize their interest and forge a common front. I know it as a matter of fact because I'm an employer of labor, and Nigerians are tougher than the Chinese. All we need is a direction. We need people to give us that direction. If you are in government, give Nigeria a direction. If you are in government in Africa, give Africa a direction. We need to move forward. We are standing behind. And one more thing, half of China is the Himalayas. It's either desert or mountains. Only the eastern part of China that can be used. The whole western half cannot be used. 90% of the Chinese live on the eastern part of China. The other half is only about 10% because it doesn't lend itself to human habitation. Yet there are 1.4 billion people. They need space. And that is what they are doing. They are preparing for the future. The Chinese, they normally have 100 years plan, even 1,000 years plan. When I was growing up, we used to have 40 years developmental program. Now we don't even have 6 months developmental program. We have no plan at all. I'm not criticizing, I'm raising awareness that we can industrialize our country because we have the largest gas reserve in Africa. Next time, I'm going to talk about Africa as compared to China and India, because our population are almost the same. And many people say, oh, Africa cannot develop because we have 54 states. I know it as a matter of fact that you can never get Africans to come together as one country, because we like, as black people, we can always see differences. We cannot see what we have in commonality. If you have 99% in common, that 1% that is different is where the black people will focus their attention in. So it is difficult. Even if you allow people to divide Nigeria, they will divide it into 20. They will so divide it at a point, they will not divide into family. Then after that, they will start to divide it into how many fathers, how many wives, and all those things. So black people cannot voluntarily come together as a people. We have that tendency to divide ourselves. So I will talk about that knowing that problem, can we still develop? The answer is yes. I'm Dr. Caesar Osahene-Yayi, your advocate for the industrial development of Africa, and would like you to begin from Nigeria. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Chinese entrepreneurs, Indian entrepreneurs are sponsored by their government to come to Africa to dominate the industries.
Today, in many areas, industrial mines have replaced small-scale pits. Most of these large operations are now under Chinese ownership.
Their motive was to drop the price so that we cannot compete. We do not enjoy any support from our government except taxes and levies and fines. I dare anybody to show me one Nigerian company that is operating in the quarry business, whether here in the south, in the middle belt, or northern part of Nigeria. It doesn't exist anymore. Look at Innocent Motors. He is struggling to produce vehicles. You would think by now that government will encourage him by giving him support. My 6 children are in Nigeria. I don't have any need to go and hide money overseas. But the Chinese, whatever money they make, is to be repatriated to China. If you go to the outskirts or to the hinterland of every state, you see that the Chinese have bought all the land. You cannot sit down and say you are consuming goods. Either they are imported from China or imported from India, or they are made in Nigeria by Chinese and Indians. Where do we stand as a people?
Of the 14 major industrial cobalt mines in DR Congo, most are owned by large Chinese corporations.
Just go and look at the top 100 companies in Nigeria. They are Indians and Chinese. Only Dangote is standing out. And they live in the middle of the bush. Even Boko Haram cannot go near them. They don't go near where the Chinese are. They are an occupying force. They go to the north and dig for gold in the middle of nowhere. No bandits have ever gone near them. They are well armed and fortified. We are being colonized. We think we gained our independence in 1960. We have lost it already. We better wake up. We are running out of time.